I love how it tells you it's recording now, recording in progress. Hey everybody, welcome. Happy Thursday. First of all, I just want to thank you guys all for hopping on tonight. I know we've got like 4 days left in this month, and according to several different messages I've been receiving, there's quite a few people trying to grab their bonuses back that got them. And then, for the rest of us that didn't get a bonus, we're just going at life as per usual. Okay, not in freak out mode, but I just want to say that I've been doing this a long time, and you can't not live and die by bonuses, and you just do what you can do, right? You do what you can do, and you can't. Katie Muntz did an awesome video today in the Dream Team 21 page, and she's so right. Like, let the little bumps in the road that you hit, let them be learning lessons, and let them be things that you get over and push through, because those things are the stepping stone into making you who you are, and your business what it is later on. And I mean, quitting's final, right? Every time you get in the dumps, you can't play the quitting card. And the quitting card is when people start throwing out that maybe this isn't for me, maybe I should just quit. People that end up getting to 80K, 200K, that end up being able to quit their jobs in this business, they don't have that card on the table. They've taken that card away. The quitting card is gone. And they just kind of face things as they come. And so I want you guys to, know that no matter what happens, there's always better to come. And there's always amazing things around the corner, and your business always goes back up if you don't quit, right? It always turns around. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's always just when I think it's the darkest, the dawn is around the corner. It always is. You just keep going. So I wanted to kind of do a little bit of something a little bit different tonight with this Zoom. And because sometimes I feel like people have questions, they've got things that they want to, specific topics that maybe we're not hitting on or working on, that I would love to be able to just kind of do some Q&A this hour, and kind of see where you guys are sitting and what kind of questions you might have, whether you're brand new or you've been in. And while you guys are kind of thinking of what you want your question to be, obviously we can't get to probably every question there is, but if you have a particular question, there's probably 10 other people that have that same question. So while you guys are thinking of some things that you really would like to get answered tonight, some questions you'd like to really see answered tonight, I wanted to go over a few tips social media wise that I think are really super important. And I made a post inside of the Dream Team 21 page. If you guys didn't see it, definitely go find it. But I just talked about a few different Facebook tips that you guys should be following, because things are changing all the time. But what I can tell you is I've been playing around with Facebook a lot over the past couple weeks just to see where things are sitting. And it's so crazy how, it used to be you'd want to post 3, 4, 5 times a day and you would get interaction on those posts. And now it's not like that. Like the best interactions I get are on one post a day, sometimes one post every other day, because I might have a post that's really popular that I will keep kind of writing out. And I think more and more Facebook is gearing everything to go into stories. So, stories, it's like you can't have enough, if it's good and you want to share, and stories are where you can be a little bit more salesy, so to speak. I still like to stay away from that word, but you can put more thrive in there. You can make things more fun. You can add music to it. I mean, stories, there's people that literally just log into Facebook nowadays and they go right to stories and they click through, and that's how they're finding out what's going on in everybody's lives, is through stories. They're not even looking at their timeline anymore. So stories is, go at it, have at it, make sure you're filling them every day. But with your actual timeline, you want to be really methodical, strategic with what you're putting out there. Put a really good post out there and then let it sit, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're making, 10 posts a day on your Facebook page, you keep canceling the last post out. Facebook doesn't show anyone that last post. So you're not giving anything time to see where it's going to go, if that makes any sense. And I mean, you go look at my page right now, you can see the posts that I've made where I've only made one a day, 100 likes. But then when, like today, I was just messing around and I did four different posts today, and it's like 8 likes, 7 likes. And I have 5,000 Facebook friends and 35,000 followers, but I keep canceling my posts out. So just know that you want to make sure that you're, being really thoughtful. That's the difference, I think, with Facebook posts lately, is people are looking for those more thoughtful posts that really have meaning, or even if it's a quote that's something that's, that touches a ton of people, or sharing stories, like you can be more elaborate, but people really want to see something meaningful, if that makes sense. And then stories is kind of where they're going, okay, there could be a ton of stuff here, a bunch of different things throughout your day. I mean, you can have 50 things in your stories, and if it's fun to watch, people are going to continue to watch through that. So, go look at those little tips I put out there for Facebook. And I promise you, it's going to help you. It's going to help you get more engagement. But also, I think that how many people are you adding every day? That is huge. Some of you guys are adding way too many people every day. And I know we're in network marketing and we talk a lot about growing your network, but it defeats the purpose if you're adding 100 new people a day. There is just no possible human way, and that hurts your algorithm. Actually, there's no possible way. That looks spammy to Facebook. Facebook says to anybody adding 100 friends a day, this person's trying to sell something. Why else would a person be adding 100 people every day? And here's the other thing, is Facebook's also going, this person is making no connections with these people. How is that even humanly possible to add 700 people this week and make a connection and build a relationship with 700 people? So the rule of thumb really is no more than 10 friends a day. And I stick to usually around 5 good connections. And I'm usually finding those in groups. So I do mine 1 day a week. Everybody's a little bit different, but I have a system where I friend request 1 day a week. Some people do it every day, a certain amount of people. 1 day a week is when I do mine. And it's normally for me off of a post that I made in one of my Facebook groups. That's usually how I go through. I look at people, I click on their page, I see who I want to, friend request, add, people I have things in common with, people that I think might at some point, want to thrive with me, or, have other common core values that I do, somebody that I can build a relationship further with than other than outside that, whatever that group is that I'm in. So, everybody does it a tiny bit different, but I will tell you that it's going to hurt you to over add, because it's actually hurting you to do that. You want to be more methodical about who you're adding. And then once you do add people, you want to make sure that, I love what Stacy Weisenberger says, she speed dates people. So she literally is adding a certain amount of people, and then she speed dates those people for about a week. And she figures out, would I want to date them any longer? How do I want to go past a week with this person? Do we have more things in common, or is she responding back to me in Messenger when I send her a shout out or something I wanted to say about one of her posts? Like, if they're not responding back and they kind of don't seem like, sometimes you add somebody and you're like, oh, okay, maybe they're not my type of person. They're posting about politics all over their page and I don't like negativity or whatever, you'll start seeing. And you can kind of at that point go, I think, it's time to break up. Or no, I want to take this to, second base, whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I've totally made this into like 5 different topics, but just go look at that post that I made, because I think it's going to be super helpful for you guys. And it is super simple. It's not about the quantity of people that you're adding. It's about the quality of people that you are adding 1000%. So, just make sure that you are being, what network are you working in? That's so important. You could add 500 people over the next month from the wrong network. And I don't care how great of relationships you're building with those people, they're never going to be thrivers. And so that's where you guys have got to make that distinction on, is this person somebody that's ever going to be interested in something that I do? Now, I'm not saying that, I've had people say, well, isn't that not genuine? Like, am I just on here to build my business? Well, I don't know. That's up to you. I do social media because I want to make connections with people. I've met so many amazing people through social media, and many of those people have never joined me in my business. They've come into my life for other reasons. But I will tell you that I do primarily use social media as a tool to grow my network so that I can grow my Lavelle business. I mean, that's obviously my end goal, is to meet people that I can find that I can help, people that I can, and that's why I work a lot in domestic violence groups and narcissist groups and stuff like that, because I have a connection with people like that. But I also feel that I can help women realize, okay, you don't have to stay stuck in a situation because you don't have money. Let's get you some money so you can get out of that situation, because I've been there before. So something like that connects to me. That's where I meet people that are like-minded. And then at that point, I go, okay, let me click on some of these people's pages and see, do we have anything else in common? Is this the type of person that I'd want to go hang out with tonight, or, have a glass of wine with, or invite over and, to a pool party at my house? Like, is this somebody that I would want to see a relationship grow with, other than just offering a little help and support? So in those cases, that's one of the ways that I run my business. So for everybody on here, everybody's a little bit different, but just know that you want to worry about the quality, not the quantity. It is not about that. I think a lot of people think they have to mass add, or a lot of people with full-time jobs on here, you're thinking, oh, well, so-and-so doesn't work. Stop it. So-and-so doesn't work. So-and-so, my dog, every time, I swear to you, he has not barked all day until I get on this Zoom. He barks at everything. He's one of those, and all day it's been quiet around here. Maybe I should switch my Zoom times. But what I was saying was, you think it's about quality or quantity sometimes, and I think a lot of people think, well, oh, so and so gets to work at home and they have more time on their hands to be on social media, versus I have to go to a full-time job, and then my kids have this, that, and the other. I don't have as much time to be on surfing the web and adding new people and building these relationships. Know that it is not about the quantity of people. It's about the quality. So if you're adding 2 to 3 new people every day, and then really trying to figure those people out and build a relationship, you're going to grow your business so much quicker than somebody that's just mass adding and not building those quality relationships. So I would love, I'm sure we have a lot of people, and I kind of want to, if you guys have no questions, I've got tons to talk about, but I would like to address any questions that you guys do have, whether it has to be on sampling, on closing, on third-party credibility, on how to, find new people, which we talked a little bit about that, but obviously there's so many more ways. Like, anything in depth, or maybe it's about a question about getting over a fear, or Facebook lives or live events, things like that. We can go into anything you guys want. Let's see. So if you guys want, if somebody in the chat wants to put a question, we can go that route. How do you get minis out the door? I got product I want to get out. Okay, awesome. First question. And I can scroll back through and see if there's other ones. But what I will tell you is, when I got started, my main goal in this life was, and I learned this from my upline, Chastity Marie. She said her goal every single week was 5 minis. Her goal was to get 5 minis out the door, 5 3-day samples, or however y'all want to do it. Everybody's a little bit different. I always do the 3-day samples, where I send out 2 lifestyle mix, 3 packets of capsules, and then 3 DFTs. I do 2 lifestyle mixes because if you guys are aware. So a lot of people don't realize now, if as long as people order on auto ship, they're going to get 2 boxes of shakes. So they actually do get enough in a packet to do a shake every day if they choose. However, the Thrive experience was created with only 16 shakes in a box and in a month's supply, because the pro and prebiotics in those 16 shakes could be a little bit heavy for somebody that's not used to those. And so how people have trained to do it, how I was trained to do it when I came in, was every day you get up in the morning, you take your 2 capsules on an empty stomach, and I did a half a shake a day. Now there are some people that would only do their shake Monday through Friday and the week every other day. Some people did the weekends off. Everybody kind of got their rhythm down on how they like to do the shake. But now with people getting one every day, I kind of start my customers on one or a half a day to see how they feel, how they like it. And depending on what their goal is too, right? Because we're asking our customers, what is your goal? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to, and all those things matter. Because it's what you mix with the shake could help you gain weight versus losing it. How much of it you take with the amount of protein in there might help you gain weight as far as instead of losing it. So those are questions that you ask someone, but basically that's how I send out our 3-day minis. And what I love now is the fact that even if you are on here and don't have any product in your pocket, you have nothing, you have no money, you started for free and you just have no product, that doesn't matter, because you can now send mini experiences through the cloud office. And what I will tell you about mini experiences is that I feel that it is so extremely important that you put value on your product, because if you do not put value on it, neither will anyone else. And what I mean by that is, if you're giving things away for free, anybody will take something for free, right? I mean, I'm walking through Costco and I'm taking free stuff that I don't even like. It's just free, right? It's like, I want it, it's free. And what happens is somebody will say, sure, I'll take it. And then you know what happens, because they really didn't have a true interest in taking it, because they didn't put any value in it. In their mind, they put no value in it either. So they got it home and it sits on their kitchen counter for 3 months, and you're messaging this person like, hey, have you tried that Thrive yet? Anybody have that happen where they're like, why are they not trying this product? It was free, for God's sakes. Well, that's part of the reason they're not trying it, because they had put zero value on it. I have found over the last, 4.5 years since I've been with Lavelle, that the more value I put on my product, the more people want to try it. The more people are going out of their way to figure out how they can take this product. So it really is about creating that sense of excitement, but also that sense of everybody wants this. You need to get on my list. I always say that to people. Hey, I'm creating my list of mail outs this week. I have this many. I'm going to have to wait for another shipment. They run out super quick. Did you want on my list? Oh, okay. Yeah, put me on that list. So it's about creating that sense of urgency and excitement. And how do we get these out? Okay, so when I first started, it was making a list. Who do I know that needs the things that the Thrive experience creates? Which is pretty much everybody on your friends list needs something that Thrive does for them, whether that's, mental clarity and focus, whether that's energy, whether that's mood support, whether that's better sleep, whether that's some appetite control, whether it's just getting good nutrition in their body, whether they have aches and discomforts. I think I pretty much mentioned probably every single person on here knows somebody that needs one of those things in this life. I don't know anybody that doesn't need one of those things. So where I start out when I first started as a promoter was I started asking people, simply asking, getting my friends that I was starting with my network that I was close to first, right? The people that I knew their reason why they needed Thrive. And I still kind of stick to that same rule to this very day. If I don't know why you need Thrive, I'm not going to ask you. And I'm not going to ask you until I know. So my sister, I knew why she needed Thrive. I knew the issues she was having in her body. And so that is how I approached her. Not with, can you help me? Not with, hey, would you? No, it was, I've got something that I truly think is going to help you with your issue with this, that, and the other. I think it's going to be amazing. Dude, let's get 3 days of this in your body and see what's up. Like, I went to people, approached them with why I knew they needed the product. And guess what? When you approach people with a solution to their problem, they're more likely to want to try something when you're going at them with the angle of, hey, this is going to help you with this thing that you've been wanting to help your body with for this long, or this thing you've been trying to change for this long. So that's the first place I started. The second place I started was a couple of different ways. Putting a Facebook post. I put a Facebook post out there about, I remember my first one. I'm sure you guys all have better ones now, but my first one was drop your favorite emoji below if you need one of these things. I'm sending out free samples, blah, blah, blah. I want you to try it. I'm going to pick a winner. I'm going to go live later on tonight and I'm going to pick a winner, so drop your favorite emoji below if you need more energy or appetite control or better sleep or whatever. I remember my first posts were similar to that and everybody wanted to see, yeah, sure. I'll take it for free. Like, what is this? And so what I did was I did do an actual drawing, but with everyone else, I private messaged those people, people that did not win. And I said, look, you didn't win, but I normally sell samples for, $30 and I will do it for 10 for you. And we'll get this in the mail to you right now, or 15 or whatever you're charging, but charge something and some of those people said, no, I'll pass. And some, because they just wanted something for free, right? That's how you weed out those people that were just looking for a handout, or the people that truly want to fix whatever their issue is in their body, right? Because if they truly, really want to stop feeling those aches and discomforts, and you tell them, I think I have something that's going to accomplish that, then they're going to go, okay, I'll pay $10 for that. Yeah, I want to see what that is. So I went to all the people that didn't win my drawing and I said, look, you're not a winner this time, but I got a huge discount if you want to just try it. Normally it's 30 and I'll do it for 10 for you. And you just have to do a couple things to get that discount. And what were those couple things I had them do? I put them through the funnel. So if you guys do not know what the funnel is, there's several videos on this. There's several explanations and all of the leaders teach it, but we have a bunch of brand new people and sometimes things get missed. And the funnel is just a series of exercises that your prospect needs to do in order to either get the product for free, because they are, like I said, you need to put value on this product, whether that is monetary value or action value. And what I mean by that is that your prospect would have to do a certain actions to get that product for free, because again, they will put value on it when they have to earn it in some capacity, whether that's by canning you 10, $20, or whether that's going, okay, yes, I will create a free account with you. That's step one of our funnel. Here's my website, create a free account. I'll give you the discount of $15 if you do that. The next step is I need you to like our fan page. I send them the link to our Lavelle fan page and I tell them to like it. Why do I do that? Because if I if anybody sends me a link right now in Messenger, unless I think it's spam, if it's from one of you guys that I know, I'm going to click it. Who doesn't? We're curious by nature. And you know what happens when you click that link? You see a ton of stories of people that are other thrivers, and it gets in that third party credibility. And plus, I want my prospect, if they decide to not join me or get the free sample or whatever, or whatever, road that leads to, I want Lavelle and Thrive to be popping up in their news feed, not just from me, but from third party credibility through the Lavelle fan page. Because if stories are popping up, not everybody can relate to my story. Not everybody is going to need Thrive for what I needed it for. But you know what? They may need it for what Ashley needed it for, or Aaron, or Abby, or Alex, or Alexis, or Alyssa, or Amanda. Like, one of you guys have that story. And if that fan page stories are popping up, there's one day they might read a story that sounds like them, that resonates with them. So that's that second step in the funnel of either earning a discount or earning that sample for free, is liking the Lavelle fan page, creating that free account with you, and then getting them in a message and asking questions. I mean, that next step is like, tell me, what are the reasons that you think this product, what are you looking for in life? How would you, if there was something that you could do in the next 30 days to make your body feel better on the inside or look better on the outside, what would that be? And you ask questions so you can figure out, what does this person need? Why do they need it? And then if you're going to get that free sample out in the mail, I always make sure I get them in a 3-way message with an upline, or a sideline, or somebody with their similar story, or somebody that is more similar to them than me, or somebody I think they're going to connect with, just so somebody else is saying, you know what, this stuff is cool, this stuff is awesome, and it worked for me. And then last but not least, I'm going to ask that they tag me on Facebook when they get that sample in the mail. That way their friends and family are seeing that something's arriving, and I'm going to tag them when I send it. So their friends and family are seeing there's a package coming. What's in there? It's creating curiosity. It's creating that sense of urgency that I told you guys about. So, getting with those people, right away, then, you planted the seed, whether they want to try Thrive or not, you planted the seed. That second step is, now let's reach out to people that we think we know why they could use Lavelle or Thrive. People at our work, maybe the lady next to you that you work with drinks 12 cups of coffee a day. A great person to say, you know what? I think I've got a way to save you a crap ton of money and get you off the coffee. Like, it's just about approaching people with that need, and not being scared to do it. And then there's also what I like to call the favor card. Look, I'm in a contest. I have to get so many free accounts or free websites handed out today. It's 100% free. It's an all access pass. It's an inside look. And I would love for you to, it takes 30 seconds, 10 seconds to do. Would you start a free account with me? And that right there can trigger that person to look at that video when they create that account, and then go, okay, well, what is this stuff? And just asking someone to create a free account with you as a favor will usually start the conversation of, well, what is this? And then that's your in to share your 30-second commercial. What has Thrive done for you? And then that leads it to the, well, these are the ways that you can try it. Now, I will say, my goal, I think at 5 has always stuck with me, because Chastity, when I signed up, said that, her goal was always 5 a week, 5 minis a week. Because if you get 5 samples in 5 different people's hands that actually paid for the sample or put value on it, even by action, 90% of the time, you're going to get someone out of 5 people that's going to go, I need more of this. Because we already know that 8 out of 10 people feel something the first 3 days they take Thrive, whether that's just a little bit more mental clarity, they slept better that night, or they had a little bit more energy. So getting, that in people's hands is so important and key. But I will tell you, that is not where I start. That is never where I start. Even though my goal has always been getting 5 minis out, that usually never happens, because on my way to trying to get 5 minis out, I actually sign brand new customers. I sign people that I went in, with my thought being the mini, but then the way that I pitch this is I always share that a month's supply is the best way to start. And you would be surprised how many people go, well, okay, I'll just do that. And because we don't have any required auto ship, because they're not stuck in some kind of 3-month commitment or 2-month commitment, or there's a fee to be a customer, there's none of that. They're very likely to go, okay, you know what? You're telling me this will work for me. 3 days is going to show me what it is, but a month will really show me what it can do. Okay, I think I'll try the month. You'd be surprised how many times people, you may be thinking mini, but they would do the customer. And I think a lot of you guys don't know that, because you're not asking. You're going in with the thought process of, I'm going to give somebody a mini, and you're not even telling them, but what would be better is a month. You're just so excited that somebody wants the mini that you're afraid to kind of ruin it. So you don't tell them about the other options. I always tell them about that month's supply and how that is going to be their best option. Now, if they don't want to do that, then of course we'll get the mini in the mail. But right now, and this is what I save my product credits for every month. Right now, I know we talked about that mini experience, Holly. I know we did, but I've got to tell you, a mini experience is just going to kind of show you what everything is, how simple and easy it is to take. Some people feel something, some people don't, but if you really want to see what this is going to do for your body, most people that know vitamins know that it takes about 30 days to really feel what this is going to do for you. And I'll tell you what, right now, I have got one more credit left for 25 bucks off. So it's normally 150, you'll get it for 125. So if you want it, I'll give it to you. And that way you can actually see what that is for 30 days. And if you don't, we can go to the mini, but I just wanted to give you that option since I've got one of those left and it's probably going to go fast. It's all about what you say, how you're saying it, your excitement, your sense of urgency, and creating that. So don't forget that you're going to want to make sure that you are offering, don't just assume that they'll say no. Don't just assume that they don't have the money. Don't just assume that you have to just stick with the mini. No, you always go in, guess what? And then once they start ordering the product as a customer, that's when I go in with the promoter. I'll say, you know what, if you end up loving this, I got to tell you, I don't know if you've ever thought about making some extra cash, but that may be something. Because if you know more than two people that are going to want to feel the way you do, girlfriend, I can help you make an extra $1,300 in 2 weeks. Like, we have crazy bonuses. So it's just planting those seeds. I slowly plant those seeds and drip on people. Now, if you've been in a while, how do you continue to get new free accounts? How do you continue to get new minis out there? Building relationships with people and building your network. And if you're posting in your stories and if you're posting on your timeline, and if you're dripping on people and if you're building that connection and relationships, eventually one of two things are going to happen. Either your prospect that you just invited to your page from whatever group you're in, and you've been building a relationship with her, she's either going to ask you, hey, what's this stuff on your page? Or you're going to see something that she or he posts that you now feel you know the reason that Thrive is going to help them. And then that's when it's okay to go in and say, you know what? I'm not normally somebody that just jumps in and tells somebody about this, but I saw your post and I really think this could help you. Like, it's all about how you're saying and what you're saying and how you're saying it. And here's the thing too, guys, is that voice recorder, that is $1 million tip right there. Like, you should be using the voice recorder with every prospect that you're trying to build a relationship with as much as possible, because that is where they hear your passion, your commitment, your excitement. And it's also where they feel that they're building a real bond and relationship with a real person, not just somebody that lives 3 states away behind the computer. Adding a voice to the mix just makes somebody feel like they know you that much more. And it makes the relationship, the progression of that relationship builds so much quicker when you are voicing things to somebody. And it makes them feel comfortable to go ahead and voice to you as well. Plus, it saves you time, guys, so much time, because typing things out, if you were to type out your Thrive experience, it looks like 5 pages long. If you were to say it, it can be said in a minute, So it saves you time, but it also creates that relationship and that bond so much quicker when you're speaking things and they can hear your voice. I should have told you guys, anytime I answer a question, I'll go into 50 other things, and that question will take about 5 years to to get around to the point. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can see any more. Let me go. When making a post and tag other teammates and from sidelines, does this affect the algorithm of the one post? And does it affect people that are tagged? When making a post and tag other teammates. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. So if you guys know anything about Facebook, your goal is to make sure that you're interacting with 80% non-thrivers, 20% thrivers. Okay. So what that means is that if you woke up this morning and you got on Facebook, and throughout the day you've been on Facebook and you've been on Instagram, and 80% of the time that you've been on Facebook and Instagram, you've only been commenting on other Thrivers posts. You've only been inboxing with other Thrivers. You've been mostly in your Facebook groups about Thrive. Guess what's happening? Your algorithm, Facebook algorithm, is saying, oh, so Pat likes Thrivers. So we're going to continue to show Pat way more Thriver stuff. That's all we're going to show her in her news feed. And then obviously Thrivers like her because they're commenting back. So these are the people she wants to interact with. So what's happening is that all of the prospects that are not in Thrive Pat hasn't been interacting with those people. So guess who's not seeing any of Pat's posts or stories? Non-thrivers. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that the majority of your day is being spent in the inboxes and on the timelines of people that are non-thrivers. Now, if you scroll through Facebook right now, you guys, and just tonight, scroll through your feed. If the majority of the posts that you're seeing are not thrivers, then you're going in the right direction. If mostly they're thrivers, then you're moving in the wrong direction. The goal is to get that 80-20 the opposite way. Prospects, you want to be interacting and seeing your prospects things. That's how you're going to know that Facebook is showing the right people that need to see your stuff. So does it hurt to tag people? 100,000% it hurts. Now, when do I tag people? Flex Friday post. Guess what? As quick as you ruin an algorithm, you can turn it around just as quick. That's the great thing about Facebook, is that you can in one day. So let's, I know Fridays is a huge tag day. Every thriver on the planet is tagging me in a Flex Friday post. However, so I know Fridays are just a really bad day for me to do any kind of networking. And I usually don't even bother on Fridays. Also, towards the end of the month, when I'm being tagged in every single promotion post, I know that that's going to be just a bad time for me to try to recruit, because it pretty much nobody's really seeing my stuff that I need to. But I can switch that around in a hot second, because once Monday comes or whatever day of the week, now I can switch it around by what I do. So it's not going to hurt you. It can actually help you, because let's say that you have a whole bunch of people tagging you in your Flex Friday. Now on Monday, when you go make your new friend request and you're interacting with everybody that's not a thriver, when they go to your Facebook page and they see your Flex Friday post and they see 400 likes and 60 comments from all of the thrivers, they're thinking, what is that stuff? Wow, there's a lot of people that like it. And now the audience that needs to see it is seeing it. And so that can work to your advantage. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry so much about, can I tag somebody in a post? You sure can. But what I would do is only tag thrivers and thriving posts, which those are going to be very few and far between. And your other posts, try to not tag thrivers. So if, for instance, I made a domestic violence post the other day. The people I tagged were people that were in my domestic violence group. They're new people I've been adding. They're people that had nothing to do with Thrive. Those are the people that I want interacting and commenting on that post, right? But it's also helping my algorithm, because it's showing now Facebook is going, okay, these are the people that she likes and she wants to build relationships with right now. So just as quickly, you're not really killing anything as long as you're doing your due diligence the other 5 days a week, right? The other times you can flip it back around very quickly. And if you guys were here when I did my destination to 40K contest group last year, that contest group where I had you guys start with the A's in your Facebook, you went through the alphabet. That's where you unfriended people. You cleaned up your friends list and you guys flipped your algorithm. Anytime you feel like your algorithm's hurting, just start doing that again. Seriously, go to your A's and start doing that again. Click on anybody that, and you know what? I love this new thing that I learned the other day. God, I can't remember. Maybe it was Katie Munns, but can't remember who said it. They were on a call and they said that they don't have notebooks, like 50,000 notebooks. And I think I'm going to start doing this actually. They are making a lot of connections outside, out and about, and then on Instagram, and then in Facebook groups. And what they're doing is anytime they add a new friend, if they're only adding people to Facebook that they want to continue to build a relationship with. So anybody they meet on Instagram, they're now saying friend request me on Facebook. And they know if they did that, this is a hot prospect. This is somebody that I think could be a future thriver. So they don't have to worry about keeping lists or notebooks, because they know that every single person they are adding to Facebook is somebody that they believe is a potential. They're not adding anyone that they do not believe is a potential. And they've cleaned their friends list up so well that the only thrivers they have on their page now are the people in their personal downline and then a couple uplines they want to follow. Every single other thriver has been unfriended and followed. Because guess what, guys? Thrivers are already here. They're already signed with someone. Thrivers are not going to grow your business if they're already signed up. So I don't care how cool you think you are with 4,000 Facebook friends. and a billion followers, if every single one of those followers and friends are thrivers, your business will never grow. I don't care how many friends you have. It's not going to grow if you're not working outside of that network. So, um, so many that was, hold on. Can we add other products with the 3-day sample, or is that too much for them for the first 3 to 4 days? In my personal opinion, I stick with just the 3 days. I want to see what that's going to do for a person. And I don't want to overwhelm them with 50,000 things. Now, I will tell you, if somebody really, I talk about budget with people before that sample even goes out. Because what I do is before the sample goes in the mail, I say, hey, girl, I'm getting your sample ready to go to the mail. I'm about to go to the post office in a couple hours. But before I do, I've got one question for you. And I want to make sure that we get this question answered so that we don't mess this up. And they're like, what? My question is once you get this and you fall in love with it, like everyone does, once you see how simple and easy it is and how you're going to be able to stick to it, are you going to be able to are you going to be ready to place your order? And they're going to say one of two things. Oh God, no, I don't have the money for that. Or they're going to go, yeah, if this stuff works, I'm in, right? If they say, no, I don't have the money, or I don't get paid for 2 weeks, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you told me that. Let me keep this sample right here. And I'm going to put you on my calendar. I'm going to set an alarm on my phone. And in 2 weeks, the week you get paid, let me get this in the mail to you then. Because what I found is that if I get it to somebody too early, they get mad that they run out. First of all, because they don't want to have to go without it once they feel the way they feel. And second, I want you to have it in the mail like 2 or 3 days after you order it. Well, this was when the mail was coming on time before COVID, but same story still applies. Now, the reason I do that is because it lets me know who's serious and who is never going to purchase ever. If somebody says, no, I don't have the money for this, guess what, guys? You can send 20 samples in the mail and they're never going to order. I don't care how good they feel if they're going to keep using money as an excuse, right? They have to be at that place. They have to be ready. And I know a lot of you think the same way I thought when I started. Well, if I could just get this in their hands and if they could just feel it, then they'd find the money. It doesn't happen like that, guys. People either see the value and are going to be ready to order if it works for them or they're not. And so usually that's when you can tell when people are bluffing, because when I'll say, oh, I'll hold it for you. If you want to go ahead and send over the $15, I'll keep that on hold. They'll usually go, oh, well, never mind. Or I don't want it right now. You can kind of figure it out, because the worst thing for me personally is getting 20 samples out and not one of those samples signs with you. It's because you were getting them in the hands of all the wrong people that were not willing to put any value on it whatsoever. And they were never even prepared to order or thinking they were going to order. They were just kind of taking something for free. So it's super important that you ask these little teeny questions that can make such big differences in your business. But my answer to my question is, if I know somebody's budget and they tell me, look, I can only spend $50 a month, that is it. Then my question to them would be, well, tell me, out of all the things you mentioned you'd like to change, what's your top priority? Well, it's sleep. Sleep is my top priority. Then I would probably send them a couple days of rest versus the 3 steps, because they're never going to buy the 3 steps, but they will buy rest because they told me their budget was $50. Same as if they told me, well, my most important thing is going to be, aches and discomforts. And I'd probably send move or form, so find out, what is your budget? If this works for you, what's your budget? What are you willing to spend to feel the best you've ever felt in your life? And let me tell you what, girlfriend, the first month is usually the only month you're going to have to pay for it, because I can teach you how to get this free every single month. So it's just about your verbiage, your wording, what you're saying. And if you don't feel comfortable with verbiage, your wording, what you're saying, that's exactly why you have uplines, sidelines, downlines. If you don't know what to say next, go to the team page and say, hey guys, here's a screenshot of what this girl just said to me. What would you say next? Or even better than that, put them in a 3-way message with somebody that is good with wording and verbiage. And before you put them in the message, go to your upline and say, okay, there's this girl, this is what's happening. I think, if we could just da-da-da, and then let your upline take over. You put a piece of duct tape over your mouth, let them talk and listen and learn, and let them seal that deal for you. Sometimes it's usually just how you're approaching the situation, or you may be throwing up all over a person, saying way too much because you're excited, or you might not just you might be at that point right now where you don't know what to say, and that's okay. We've all been there, but you don't have to. If you're alone in this business, that's your choice, because that's why we're here. I mean, that's why every single person above you that makes money off of you coming into this business, their job is to be free to get in a message with your prospect and show you what they do so you can listen and you can learn that way. So important. But yeah, figure out what that budget is. Then by that, maybe you'll want to send something besides the Thrive experience. But again, my goal is to just, let's see what this does for them, because sometimes they don't need to go to any other product. Our plus line products are called plus line for a reason, because they might need it on top of the Thrive experience. Like, I remember I had sleep issues. If somebody would have just gave me rest and it worked, I might have never tried Thrive, but then I never would have known that those 3 steps were going to change so many other things in my body, because the 3 steps have all of that nutrition in that goes to your nutritional gaps, and it may fill in what you needed, and you didn't even need one of the plus line products. All you needed was the Thrive experience to take care of everything in your body. The plus line is kind of what you go to after 8 weeks. Somebody's been on the Thrive experience about 8 weeks, and then you go, okay, where are we still lacking? What are some things we're still missing? Okay, let's add on to that. But also know that just because you have somebody in your inbox that tells you they cannot afford the Thrive experience doesn't mean you can't start them on one of our other products to help them with something else. And you'd be very surprised how many people that couldn't afford Thrive, now that rest is working for them, suddenly goes, you know what, I think I want to try the Thrive experience and I can find the money this time. So don't underestimate the power of really all of our products and what they can do, and getting somebody on anything is the goal, right? Don't fixate your mind to the fact that it's just the Thrive experience that you can sample out, or only the Thrive experience that you're supposed to get people on. And if they don't want that, well, then screw the rest. Like, we have, 30 amazing products in this company, choices to choose from, really to fit into anybody's budget. You just have to figure out what that budget is. I have a girl that I gave free samples to, and she told me she wanted to place an order. She's already got a customer account as well. For the last 2 to 3 days, she said she's putting the money in her account and keep telling her to just let me know when she wants to order. And she just keeps pushing it back. Should I continue on working with her to do it, or leave her and be? And if she wants to order, she'll come back. I've even offered to give her free credits. Yeah. So you're going to have this stuff happen. It won't be that exact story, and it won't be that exact way, but all the time. I've had people literally, here, what's your website? I give them my website. Okay, I started the free account. I'm going to go in tonight and order. So I'll message them. No, all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to do it after dinner. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. Oh, I just figured this. And then, it's the story of our lives in sales and network marketing. You're going to have this happen a lot. So you really don't have control over making that decision. You can't drive to their house and say, for God's sakes, just log in and place the order, right? But what you can do is a couple just little tiny things, which is, you've already checked in with her, right? What you don't want to be is that naggy, salesy person that's all you care about. So I would probably go in one last time and say, hey girl, I just wanted to let you know that I only have $15, whatever credits you wanted to give her. This is all I have left. I have another girl that wants to order too. Do you want them first? I would hate to give these credits to her. And I know that you've been trying to order, but if you don't want them, if you're not ready to order right now, I'll go ahead and give them to her. Okay. So I usually like that scenario, because that's really going to tell me where she's at. Okay. Now, once you're about to take something away from someone that you wanted to give them and give it to someone else, suddenly they're like, oh, I want it. No, I do. But if she wasn't ever going to order right now, she's going to tell you, no, go ahead and give it to her. I just can't right now, or whatever. Maybe that's when you'll say, hey, if something's holding you back, or if you have any other questions, or, just know that I'm okay if you can't order. That's all right. But if you have any questions, I'm here. And then I think that'll probably kind of let you know where that person's sitting. That's usually what I do. With that said, at that point, let's say she kind of says, no, you can go ahead and give them to someone else. I'm just not ready to order right now. What I would probably do I just say, okay, no problem, sweetie. Just let me know. You've got your free account created. So, when you are ready to order, I'm here anytime. And then what I would probably do is I would let it be for a minute. And then I would wait till Lavelle announces its next bonus promotion, whatever. You know how they're always doing something. And that's when I would use that opportunity in a week or two, because, it'll be within a week or two that Lavelle announces something. I would be in her inbox and I'd say, hey, girl, I don't want to bug you or anything, but Lavelle just announced X, Y, and Z. And I never want to come off as that creepy salesperson. Please do not think that. It's just that I know at one point you wanted to try it, and I didn't want to leave you out of knowing about a special like this. If you want, just let me know and I can take you off my follow-up list. Or if you want to continue to have me let you know when things are going on so you don't miss out, I can do that too. But I just don't want to be that pushy person. And I usually voice this, and I'm just me and I say it. And usually they're like, no, 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 keep me on your follow-up list. Or, you know what? No, I didn't have the money, but I'm getting it Friday. I'm going to order Friday. Okay, that's cool. Do you want me to follow up with you Friday just to make sure you're getting the order in the right way? And, so I can check and make sure that it goes in right or whatever. Like, it's just about at that point following up and make sure that you're not bugging them and that you can kind of keep them on your list. And Stacey Weisenberger says this all the time. There's 1,000 ways to the beach. The things that I'm saying tonight on this call are just the way I do things. And everyone else on here might not agree. They might agree. They might do it kind of like me, but a little different. You're going to start to see what works for you. What I would highly suggest is when you do the things that, you learn something on tonight's Zoom, or you're like, oh, I like how she says that. Don't say it just like me. Put your spin on it. And what you're going to find is that, oh, that worked, or this didn't, or I noticed when I say it like this, or I noticed when I added this in. You're going to start to see what works for you. It's always a shame to me when people quit network marketing so quickly and so easily, because I'm like, they never even got to see how this worked. Like, it took me a year just to start getting comfortable in my own skin and not feeling completely stupid when I said something. It took me 2 years just to feel comfortable closing someone without feeling salesy. It took me 3 years just to get the right wording so I wasn't bugging someone and I didn't know if I was following up too much. It took me 4 years just to be at a place where I felt like my posts on Facebook didn't sound stupid and my friends weren't going to unfriend me. Like, I could go on and on and on. And that's why I don't understand how anybody could ever think about quitting this business in less than 5 years. Like, why would anybody not be in the 5 to 7 year plan? I'm 11 years into this industry and I still feel like I'm learning every day. I'm 11 years into an industry that I still feel like I have no clue what's going on and something new always is happening. I just am starting to learn Instagram. Like, I'm 11 years into an industry that I feel like every time I turn on the lights, I wake up in the morning, something new just happened, a new way to grow a business, a new video to watch, a new book to read, a new technical way to do this or that. Like, you guys, the bottom line is you have to just keep going and figure out what works for you. And if you're not here long enough to ever figure that out, any profession in the world, how would you get good at it if you quit when you hit your first roadblock? How any profession in this world, if you quit the second that something bad happened, can you imagine? Like, and nobody would do anything. Nobody would ever follow through with a thing in this world because they would quit the second something bad happened, because that's what life is you're going to have customers tell you that, oh, the sticker made me break out in hives and now I can't do the product. You're going to have somebody tell you that they they refuse to thrive because they can't drink their coffee anymore. Or you're going to have somebody tell you that, yeah, they heard that stuff makes people's heart beat out of their chest. You're going to have people tell you, unfriend you, because they say you post too much. And you're going to have people this and that. I mean, we've all had the same things. The people that get somewhere, and the people with anything in life, anywhere in life, with any goal or dream they have, the only people that get to the place that they want to go, the only people that get to that place of, oh my gosh, look at my dreams are coming true, are the people that push through all of the hurdles that are going to happen, because they're coming. There's a lot of people on this Zoom tonight that you got a bonus, you earned it January, February, March, or April during bonus season. And now this month you're already not getting it back. Guess what? Who cares? I'm not trying to be rude, but the fact you got it 1 month, that's more money than you had before. How cool is that? And guess what? Lavelle's so awesome that they're going to give you an opportunity to get it, have more months to have the opportunity to get it back again. So don't cry. just go, you know what? I just keep moving forward, keep working, and I'm going to get it back the rest of the months. Or even if I only get it back a couple more months, it's still more money than I had in my pocket. I've been doing this 11 years and I've never gotten a bonus. Never, except VIP 100, 1600, 12K. But none of these other big bonuses that y'all are talking about, $200,000 in bonuses and 80. And in my last company, all these people grabbing, and I just never got one. I either would promote what after the announcement came or before the announcement came, or I would be at a place where my business at that time just wasn't growing. And let me tell you what, it was a bummer. It was a bummer watching me work just as hard as another person that just gets a $200,000 bonus for no dang reason. Like, that's how you feel, right? But never once, now here 11 years later, have I ever said, I wish I would have quit all those years back when I didn't get that first bonus. Man, all I do is sit back at night and lay in bed and think about all the bonuses I didn't get. Nope, I don't, guys. I don't ever think about those bonuses, because you want to know what? My paycheck every week is a bonus. My paycheck every week is more than I made in 1 year waiting tables. Like, I'm not worried about the things that I missed along the way, because I stuck it through, and now I make in a week what people get in a month with one of these bonuses. So I don't care about that, because my goal has never been bonus to bonus or what can I get right now. I've never been motivated in this business by the dangled carrot in front of my nose. I call it dangled carrot syndrome. Those are the people that only work when a carrot is dangled. Those are the people that woke up, that were hibernating for the winter. And as soon as Lavelle announced these bonuses in January, all of a sudden they all came out of hibernation. And guess what happened when they didn't get the bonuses? May 1st, they all went back into hibernation. And they'll be back again when something else is announced. But guess what? They're always going to never be either keeping a bonus that they did finally get, or they're never going to get it because they never stayed consistent when there was no dangled carrot. The dangled carrot is 200K. The dangled carrot is Millionaires Club. The dangled carrot for me is the long-term fact that I'm going to be able to create a legacy for my grandkids' kids. Like, that's the dangled carrot for me. I ain't worried about no stupid bonus don't you guys get the word bonus on top of extra, goodbye? Bonuses come and go. Bonuses are not forever. Bonuses are not your residual income every week. Bonuses are great. And even if you got a bonus for 1 month, that is more than some people got in a whole year. Like, that is so much gratitude and so much gratefulness. And if you stay on the path of just growing your business every single day and think about that end dangled carrot, the big old dangled carrot, the dangled carrot that's going to have you home, never working your normal job again, owning your time and your freedom, going to the grocery store, never having to put anything back, owning 2 cars in your driveway, a vacation house somewhere. That's the dangled carrot, right? Not, oh my gosh, I got the bonus and now I'm so in the dumps because I'm not going to get it back the first month that I can't even work right now, that I'm just going to go hibernate again until the next bonus comes. Like, it's going to be the story of your life in network marketing. So my hope today is that you guys all forget about the bonuses. Like, are they great? Awesome. Am I happy for every person on this team that's been able to get one? You bet. I celebrate you. That is an amazing achievement. But that is not going to make or break what you do in the end, right? That's it. Just like when people come in and they VIP 800 or 1600. Do you know how many 200Ks I've had on the Tuesday call that never got their VIP 800 and 1600, and they're 200Ks right now? Do you think they look back and go, damn, I wish I would have quit since I didn't get the VIP 800 and 1600? But guess what? You know how many people do quit the second they don't get VIP 800 and 1600? Do you know how many people right now would be sitting next to me on the millionaire stage? They would. There's people I know, they had it, but they quit because they got in their own way. They quit because they didn't get those beginning bonuses and they thought that was going to dictate their future success. Going 4K in a year doesn't dictate your future success. I had a girl on a call the other day that sat at 4K for 3 years, and year 4 she went 200K. There were people at conference walking across the stage as millionaires that have never hit the rank of 200K. It was a 40K and a 12K walking across the stage at conference as millionaires. because you don't have to be a 200K to make $1 million in network marketing. If you stay, eventually your income is going to equal $1 million, because that's how awesome this business is. So how did I get on this rant? And it's 7:02. No, y'all have, those of you that don't know me that well, you're like, who the heck, what is just happening? Those of you that know me know that this is how this was going to go, right? You knew it was going to be all over the place. You knew I was going to say it's going to be a question and answer 2 questions. And then it would be like 2 questions would be like an hour long. But at the end of the day, what I hope that you guys understand is that you guys got to plug in. You guys, this Zoom is every Thursday night. I can be on here. Do you know, literally, I could talk on here tonight for 6 hours and still not give you even a pinky. It would be the tip of my pinky of knowledge that I could give you in a 6-hour Zoom. I could just talk and talk and talk. You've got to get on these, because this is my little bit of knowledge, and I just gave you a freaking pinky. Can you imagine the other amazing leaders that get on here every week that share, like Stacy's Zoom on Thursday and Sundays, Wednesday night XL Empire with Chas, me on this night, and whoever jumps on. Like, you guys, you are totally missing out. You're letting your team miss out if you are not reminding them every single week of this Zoom and all the other Zooms that happen, and giving them that opportunity to hop on. You don't know what they might hear that might change their business. And there's just so much knowledge in 11 years of what I've done, and I want to spill it all out. And it is frustrating when I get on this Zoom and the other Zooms that we have, and we have literally 5,000 people on the Dream Team 2021 page, but we get less than 200 people on a Zoom, and it's always the same faces. But you know what? It's the faces of the people that are growing. And that's exciting, you guys. You want to know why? Because you don't need 5,000 people to go 200K. I am a 200K millionaire leader in Lavelle, and 200 people tune into my Zooms. I have 200 amazing, working, good people on this team that show up. And that's all that needs to happen to make you a millionaire at some point. And guess what? You know how many of those 200 I personally signed? Maybe 3. Because people sign people, sign people, sign people, sign people, sign people, and we're all collectively part of a group. It's just insane. Like, you don't need 5 billion people to be at the top of this company. You don't need 5 billion people to be a 200K. You don't need 5 billion people to be a millionaire. You need to sign 2 right people that get it like you do. And those 2 right people need to find their 2 right people, and so on. And that is how quickly you can go from, just like I shared a couple minutes ago with my girlfriend that was 4K for 3 years, and her 3rd year went from 4K to 200K. It's because she stayed consistent, and she finally ran into the right people. And when she did, that's how quickly she rose to the top of this company. That's exciting. That's so freaking exciting. I can't stand it. All right, I've been talking forever. I could talk, like I said, way longer. So I love you guys. It's, who knows? Hopefully you grabbed a couple nuggets out of this. I hope you guys got a couple things out of it. I hope you guys tune in every week. And if you are new, this is the same time, the same place, the same link every single week, every single Thursday. So save it in your phone. And as you're signing up new people, make sure that they are adding this to their phone at the time. And then make sure you're plugging into the team page so you can see the other calls. We always put them in there, banners in there with the times and the calls. So one of my things that I've grown to do over the last 11 years is one of the first things I do midday, like around 2-3 o'clock every day. I have a little alarm that goes off on my phone, and I go check all my team pages. And I just see who's posting, what's happened, any calls tonight, any Zooms. I don't want to miss anything, because if I can get on it, I mean, obviously we all have busy lives and things going on, and you can't get on everything, but you bet I'm going to try to be on what I can, especially if I want to learn and grow and continue to, build my knowledge and be able to learn new things. Because after 11 years, you kind of start running out of ways to build your network. So I'm always looking for new knowledge, and most of that new knowledge half the time is coming from brand new people that I'm interviewing on Zooms like this, that are coming in with new ideas, which is the coolest thing ever. But anyways, get on these. We love you. Check the team page so you guys keep updated. And then of course, for those people that can't be on, we do record these. So watch for the those recordings to be posted. And Danny usually posts those recordings in like any pages or groups or anything. So I love you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Thanks for everything. I'm bummed. I hope you guys have fun in Puerto Vallarta. This is my first trip that I'm choosing not to go on. Earned it. Literally got my tags in the mail yesterday and had to pay so much money to cancel. By the way, don't cancel. Y'all go. It's free to go. It's expensive if you cancel. But I just had too many other things going on, and I'm kind of already having FOMO. It's the first trip that I've been with Lavelle in 4.5 years, and I'm choosing not to attend. So I'm so freaking bummed right now. But I have FOMO and it's not even happening yet. But I will say that the fact that I even have the option to have a free trip and turn it down, how cool is that? Like, how cool is it to know that I've been on that many trips? It's like, wow, okay. It's not like the only trip ever. And there's going to be more. That's the other cool thing, is there's going to be more that I can earn. And, sometimes life happens and other things are going on, and it is what it is. But just the opportunity to say I earned a free trip. I mean, how cool is that? So stinking cool. Okay, you guys, I love you. Have a good one. We'll see you next Thursday.